how to create profit and loss count and balance sheet. To create profit and loss count and balance sheet, we require trial balance, so which we have already created here. So how the trial balance is prepared, that is totally based upon the ledger and the journal entry that we have completed. Normally that we know the accounting cycle, that first step is the recognition of the transactions, then creating of the journal entry, posting into the ledger, then trial balance, and the last part is the profit and loss count and balance sheet. In the previous video that I have explained all these things step by step. Now in this video I am going to explain this how to prepare financial statements. So look at this. In the trial balance we have here all the balances which are derived from the ledger balances. For example, the cash, we have 24,000 balance here, and the 24,000 balance is here, which is automatically coming. How I did, just I press is equal to sign here and just went to like ledger account. I clicked at that time and just press enter. Automatically that amount is coming here. So the debit side and the credit side total will always be the same. The next point is how to prepare profit and loss count and balance sheet. To make profit and loss count and balance sheet, we need to create new sheet. I click on the plus sign and just I rename this sheet to profit and loss account and balance sheet. Right. So now in the profit and loss count and balance sheet, I'm going to create here as pro forma. So in the pro forma, it will be the 6 column for pro forma. The first will be here, I'm going to write expenditure. Next, I'm going to write here detail, then amount. Here, I'm going to write here income, then detail, then amount. Okay, so why detail and why amount? These are two columns. I will explain this one later. So now here I'm going to select it like this and fill with the border, and I like yellow color for this purpose. I just inserted this one, and I'm going to insert this row and merge cell, and after that I'm going to write a heading, prepare profit and loss count or income and expenditure account for the year ended on 31st of December, let's say 2021, and at the top of this I want to write the name of the company. So for that sake I just inserted one row at the top of this. Again I'm going to merge it and I'm going to write here name of the company, let's say RJ Food Company. Now little bit I just want to highlight this one, so that's why that I make it bold and a little bigger size, let's say 12. So this is the pro forma that I have created for the profit and loss account or income and expenditure account. Now the second pro forma that I would like to create here for balance sheet. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy this one, Control C and Control V, paste it here. Everything will remain same, but some of the information I need to change. The first is, instead of writing here the income and expenditure account, I am going to write here balance sheet. Balance sheet is the snapshot of your company. It tells the health of the organizations in the form of two things. The one is assets, I'm going to write it here, and other one is the liabilities. Right. So now we have these figures. This pro forma is ready. So after the performance is ready, I just want to make a total of this. Like for example, I want to make a total of this. If I select this one and click on submission sign, auto submit, and it won't come here, like this one. This is coming here, but we don't want here. So what to do? Just write any figure. Let's say 1 or 2, 12, and here I'm going to write 3. So selecting this part, click on the auto sum, and selecting this part, click on the auto sum. Now this part is done. Now what I want to do, we know that normally the business is created to run to earn the profit. So we know normally that every business have a profit. So I'm going to write it here is equal to sum of all the incomes that will be written here minus the sum of all the expenditures that we put it here, and this will be the $9 is, for example, this is the net profit. So I'm going to write it here net profit, right? So this is the performance that I'm going to create it, right? So I'm going to delete these figures. Now the performance is ready. So I want to put fill this with the like green color so that we come to know this is the balancing part. The same thing that I'm going to repeat it here. Any figure that I write here, for example, and here I'm going to auto sum this one. That's it. So in this case, there will be no any balance. There will not be any balance. That will be only total, this total part, but no balance. But in this case, there will be a balance. So profit and loss count and balance sheet, they have a link together, because the profit here we have earned will be shifted to the capital account, will be added in the capital account here later on. So how that can be done, well, I will explain in this video. So look at this, the trial balance we have cash, bank, truck. So cash is what? Cash is a current asset. So I'm just going to write here, this is the current assets. Bank is also current assets. Truck is fixed assets. Rent of the machinery is expenditure. RJ capitals account, that is equity, or you can say capital account. Lease is the current liabilities. Okay, so TD bank loan is also liability, and Miss Mira's loan is also liability, right? So these are the current liabilities. So sales revenue, this is expenditure. This is income, not expenditure. So revenue that we have, this is income. So we have 4 things. What are the 4 things that we have? All the assets, expenditure, liabilities, and income. So look at this. We have 4 boxes. The one box is expenditure, second one is income, third one is assets, fourth one is liability, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put all these things as it is. For example, the current assets we have, we will put this current assets in the balance sheet. So this is the assets, right? So what I'm going to write it here step by step. The first one is cash, then bank, 2 items. So go to asset side, just write cash and write bank, right? So cash and bank is equal to sign here under amount, not in detail. I will explain detail part later on. Amount, then go to cash here and enter. The second one is the bank is equal to sign, go to bank and enter. Third one we have here in the trial balance, truck 17,000. So I'm going to write it here truck. Truck is here, right, and is equal to sign, go back, look at the truck and figure 17,000, and I just press enter again. So next we have here rent of the machinery, so 1,500. So rent of the machinery is expenditure. This is not asset, this is not liability, this is not income, but we will put this one here in the expenditure column. To rent of machinery. So rent of machinery in amount, I'm going to write it here as equal to sign. Rent of machinery is 1500. Click on this one. It is coming here automatically. The next part is we can see here RJ's capital count $10,000. So this is neither expenditure nor income, and this is also not assets, but the liability side that always we write here equity. So at the top that I'm going to write here equity means belong to the owner's equity. Owner's equity. So owner's equity, I'm going to write it bold and underline. This is I have prepared one heading. So in this case, I'm going to write it here RJ's capital count $10,000. Okay. So here RJ capital and $10,000. I'm going to write it here in detail. So why in detail? I will explain you. Because that in 10,000 that I have written here. So why we are preparing this one? To know how much profit that we have. So the profit part will come here, and the capital plus profit, the total owner's equity, that we will write here on the right hand side in the amount. So that's why that we have detail column here, right? So now in this case, just we have mentioned the RJ's capital count is done. Now lease loan account 15,000. So this is also current liability. Go and just write here lease account. So I'm going to write it here lease loan. This is one, and I can put it here one thing. So what I can write? I can write here current assets. Sorry, it's current liabilities. So the current liability, what kind of liability or how much liability that we have, which is only current liability, right? So Mr. Lee's loan is the current liability. So I'm going to write it here, this current liability in the detail column. So because we know that Mira loan is also there, this is also current liability. So 15,000 that I'm going to write it here is equal to sign. Click on the 15,000 and enter. Next we have here Mira's loan. So I'm going to write it here Mira's loan and is equal to sign here. Go to Mira's loan and enter. TD loan account, right? So TD loan account, we consider this loan that we have taken for our business, and this loan is for the long term of the business. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write it here the long term loan. Just to write the long term loan, I'm going to shift these two figures here, and I'm going to write it here long term loan. Control B and U, that is a bold and underline, that I have done it, right? So next here I'm going to write the name of this loan, like TD bank loan. So Control C and Control V, copy and paste, and here on the right hand side I'm going to write it here 25,000. Click on the 25,000, it is coming automatically here, right? So for these two, what I'm going to write here, I'm going to add it is equal to sign and click on this one, first figure, then plus, click on the second one, then when you press enter, automatically these two figures will be added. I am just pressing enter, so these figures are automatically added, right? So next part is the last account ledger head. The last ledger head is sales revenue. So now go to profit and loss count. In the income side, we know this is the income. So what we can do, Control C is copy and Control V is paste. In amount column, just go and write is equal to sign. Click on this 5,500 and automatically it is coming here. So see the beauty of Microsoft Excel for preparation of the financial statement of any company. We see that a 5,500 total is automatically coming here minus 1,500. This balance is the net profit. So directly there is a link of a net profit, means the net profit link is with the owner's equity. Owner of the business, the name of the person is RJ, right? So RJ's capital count, this $10,000 he invested, Then he earned profit during this period as on 31st of December 2021. So add profit, right? How much profit that we have is equal to sign and click here, enter. So automatically this figure is coming here. So same thing that we did for this one, the same thing that I'm going to do again is equal to sign this plus this, and when I press enter, these two figures will be added and will be reflected in the amount column. Look at this, $14,000 that is coming here. See, 5,900 and 64,000. There is a some difference. So there is some difference. So let's see what kind of difference that we have. Right. So again, we can check it. 60,500 is here. 24,000 is cash. We can match 24,000. Okay. 18,000 is a bank. Bank is also fine. Truck is 17,000. Yes, this is also coming. And total is 59,000. This is absolutely right. But on the other side, what we can say, this loan rent, first of all, that we can go to rent of machinery first. So rent of machinery is 1,500. So we can see rent of machinery is 1,500, and on the other side we can see RJ's capital is $10,000. So RJ capital is 10,000, right? Now lease loan is 15,000. Lease loan is 15,000. So I have just written 10,000, but it is not 10,000. This is 15,000. So I am going to make correction. Is equal to lease loan is equal to, go to lease loan 15,000 and enter. Now this is 15,000 here. Next we have here, after lease loan there is a Mira's loan 5,000. So go there and is equal to sign, click on this 5,000 and enter, right? So 20,000 is coming here automatically. So TD Bank loan is 25,000, which is correct, and the sales revenue is 5,500, which is also correct. So it means the total of assets is equal to total of liabilities. So this is according to the counting equation that we have prepared profit and loss count and balance sheet for this year, right? So what we have done, just from trial balance, we have created profit and loss count and balance sheet, which is also known as financial position or financial statement of the company. Thank you very much.